How you doing?
Hi. Uh, Not like we were just talking or anything at all.
Nope.
No, definitely
Mm-mm.
not. Um, YouTube and Twitch, welcome to Podmas, episode 2. Memorable gaming experiences, which is above my
Memorable.
head. Yes, it's up there.
Too.
Do do do. Um, so this should be probably a good one.
Yeah. Okay.
A fruit fly just ran into my face, and I grabbed it and murdered it. So this should be good,
That
right?
yeah, that leads right into the topic of all the things we murdered successfully in games.
Yes! Great. Do you want to
What?
go with your first one?
Yeah, the favorite thing I ever murdered in a game was my own hope that I would ever beat the game.
Ah! That's
It
fair.
was, yep, it was when I first started to get a hang of Dark Souls,
Okay.
because you get through that opening insane asylum, then you're dropped off the Firelink Shrine, and there are all these directions you can go, and only one of them is the right one, quote unquote. And you're literally just running into skeletons, being murdered every which way, and you're like, how does anyone enjoy this?
Right.
How?
Right.
And then slowly, as you bash your head against a brick wall until you die and respawn, you continue to bash. Eventually, the wall breaks instead of your skull.
Uh, ah.
And that moment is like, it starts to click and pieces start to fall into place, and you're like, I see why people like this game. It is a very satisfying experience to murder in that game.
It sounds horrible. We play that game for sibling streams sometimes, but I mostly just have color commentary. My brother plays.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely not my game. But my favorite things to kill are things that, like, final bosses that take me just, like, absolutely forever. Or games where I run into a boss. Like, okay, so I was playing Final Fantasy 13, as we call it, Final Fantasy Hallway Simulator, because the maps are so linear,
Linear.
and pointless and not exploratory like a Final Fantasy game.
Yeah.
So there's a point where you get to, like, the first major boss after you can finally, like, rearrange your party and shit's going on. And, like, the first time I played it, I couldn't fucking beat him. I tried forever and ever and ever. And then I got the game on PlayStation instead of Xbox, and then I tried again and I couldn't beat the guy. So eventually I went back to it, like, years later, and then I finally beat the guy. And then I was like, this is perfect. Like, I don't even need to play the rest of the game because I finally beat this boss that I was stuck on for like 5 years. It was horrible.
I never actually touched 13. I played the shit out of 10 in X2, and I think X2 is a great game. I don't care what anyone says.
No,
I
X2 is a great game. I love this.
It's still amazing. I actually played it before I played 10 for some reason. I don't know why.
Because we were probably at that age where we didn't know.
I mean, I was at the point like, these are cute anime girls. Let me see what this is about. And I was not disappointed at all. I was very confused. I didn't know at all what was happening.
Were you happy to play dress up with them?
Incredibly.
Perfect. Let's see. So, a memorable gaming experience for me, especially this last year, was playing the Walking Dead Telltale series, especially season 1.
You started season 1 just this year.
Yeah. I didn't know they existed until someone was like, hey, you like story games. You should play these story games with choices. And I was like, wow.
That you'd never played before. Wow.
Yes,
yeah.
Exactly. So, have you played them?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, cool. So, spoiler warning, stop listening. Like, all of the times when you had the choice in the first game to leave behind a character, or be mean to a character, or be nice to a character, was just so, like, refreshing. And holy shit, the end of that game.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my god. Like,
you keep that hair short.
I bawled my eyes out on stream. It was embarrassing. But, like, we made that choice, which was crazy. Like, how can you forget that? We chose to cut off... I mean, I cut off my arm. I don't know if you did.
Oh yeah, no, I cut that arm off. I'm like, we're going for it.
Yeah, yeah, 100%. So like, and then I played season 2 and 3,
Hmm.
and it just didn't feel as memorable to me. I don't think 2 and 3 were written as well. So
Hmm.
unmemorable gaming experience.
Hmm. Um, Story wise, some of the games that have hit me really hard were all of the Metal Gear franchise. I've played every last one of those things, and they are not only basically movies for the most part. Four literally has a 2 hour cutscene. Um, but
Okay.
in Metal Gear Solid 3, there are so many character driven moments in that game that make you stop and go,
Right. I haven't played those games, but I can imagine.
hmm.
Have you played the Yakuza Zero?
Oh yes, oh yes.
It's just one of the most memorable games I've ever played in my
Hmm.
life. Because
It's
first off, it's so
Have you been
serious. I haven't finished it, so
okay,
no horrible spoilers.
right.
Um, at least from the beginning. But like, it's so serious, and then
Hmm.
it's not serious, and then it's
Right,
so serious, and then you're singing karaoke,
right.
and then you're beating someone up in an alley.
Hmm. And you're suplexing them over a trash can.
Yeah, yeah. The combat is really unique too.
Yeah, just the way that not only you interact with the environment, but the switching between all the different combat techniques,
Yeah.
and yeah, the way you have to interact with everything. But the story in that is like fantastic in just like the telling of like a very Japanese centralized
Mm-hmm.
the story of these like very serious men dealing with these serious topics and taking their shirts off.
Yes, yes, of course. Taking your shirts off to yell as someone charges at you on a motorcycle.
Yep.
That was dumb.
It's
Like, what the fuck?
okay, most of the game is dumb. There's a whole fishing simulator and a race car drive-in RC
Yeah.
tracks.
My favorite was teaching a dominatrix how to be a dominatrix.
It was a fantastic scene. Or no, there was one where you have to pretend to be a young woman's boyfriend
Oh,
to
yeah, I
impress.
did that one.
Great.
To impress her dad.
Yep, and Dad's like, bro, I know it's good.
Right. He's like,
And then he begs you to date his daughter for real.
uh huh. And you're just like, what a twist. I like the
Mm-hmm.
ones where you are the assistant, like, movie producer. And you,
Oh, that
like,
was
have to, like, do the correct thing.
yep.
Or they get mad at you.
Mhm.
There are so many little moments in that game that just make it so incredibly unique
Yeah. There's
that
literally
it's
no
hard to
game
forget.
quite like the Yakuza series.
Yeah, for sure. Um, there were a lot of, like, unmemorable games for me, I think. Or
Like bad memories, or like you like to forget about them.
it's more like games that I've started but then never picked back up. Like
Mm-hmm.
they just become so unmemorable or I'm not like driven to pick them back up. So
Mm-hmm.
like one of them for me right now is Red Dead Redemption 2, which I know just came out,
Mm-hmm.
but the story is so everything is so slow
Entirety of
and
the game is very.
so
They really doubled down on that cowboy simulator.
yes.
Cowboy's life was slow. It wasn't all about. It's not Grand Theft Auto with horses. It's the main.
No. I mean, unless sometimes you accidentally go on a murdering spree because somebody sees you murder someone, so then you have to murder them and so on
Yeah.
and so on. But, like, that's why I haven't picked back up the game.
Mm-hmm.
Because it just feels like it's dragging. So
Yeah,
there are a lot of games
they
for me like that.
mhm. They kind of took the idea of attention to detail and put it into like obsession with detail.
Mm-hmm.
Like I
Mm-hmm.
don't need to watch him skin the entire animal every animation.
No, definitely not. And sure, for like the legendary animals, I think it makes sense. But
Mhm.
for like the rabbit or like getting a
Yeah.
bird, it's just like
Mhm.
it just takes forever.
Like I don't want to walk back. I don't want to have to walk back to my horse, switch guns all the fucking time.
Oh my god, right? Why can't you put two guns on your back, sir?
Yep, you are a strong boy.
He
You
likes
are
to think he is.
mm. but
Hee hee hee.
emotionally he's very weak.
Yes. Well, there is that.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's a game that I haven't gone back to, which
Mm-hmm.
it just like it looks so good, but it's almost
Yeah.
like that's all it has going for it.
Mm-hmm. There are games I really want to like, but like I don't seem to be able to make myself do. Like most action RPGs or CRPGs, kind of like Pillars of Eternity or Divinity Original Sin. Which
Oh, I don't like that Divinity game. My brother loves it. I don't like it.
I know it's supposed to be like this really awesome world and expansive like mechanics, very in depth, and like there you can like complete a quest in 1,000 different ways and all
Mm-hmm.
these things. Every time I try and sit down and play, I'm just like I can't. It's so slow
Mm-hmm.
and like there's so much information you have to understand about like the leveling system and how you create your characters that it loses me. And I want to like these games because
Right.
there's probably so much interesting shit that'll happen, no choices, but I can't make myself. And
Get
it
into it
yeah,
and
yeah.
commit.
Mm-hmm.
There's almost, I feel like the larger the game world is, or the larger the job system is, the
Mm-hmm.
harder it is to really devote yourself to the game.
Yeah, well, it's a little intimidating. You're like, I have so much I have to learn to be able to like properly utilize all the stuff that this game is offering.
Yes, like I was just
Mhm.
going through, as you know, Hyper Dimension, Neptunia, Rebirth, one something something anime game, which is
And breathe.
great, and Breathe. Like, and there were so many menu things. I played the game for 2 hours and I'm already extremely overwhelmed by all of
Mm-hmm.
the menus and also things that I can't figure out how to do because I don't have it wouldn't work with my PlayStation controller. So
Mm-hmm.
like it's things like that that make it hard to go back and pick up a game.
Right.
Whereas it feels like almost a game that's a little bit more simple, like the remake of Crash or the remake of Spyro,
Yeah.
which is
It's,
so nostalgic and simple. It's
and just pick
a
up and
better
play.
experience.
Yeah. I had a very similar initial experience with the Witcher series where they throw a lot of stuff at you and like I feel like I don't know if I can pick all this up. And then like I kind of dug my heels in and just like pushed through. And after like I got the combat down and how to mix the potions and the magic, I'm like, okay, now I can see why these are really great games. Which is great because I don't like it when I can't appreciate a game because I'm too stubborn or boring.
Right. Has there. What indie games stuck out to you this year?
That did Hollow Knight come out this year? I feel like it
I
did.
don't think so. I thought that was like.
Last
Aren't they like on a sequel or something?
No, there's a lot of DLC for it.
Oh, that might be it.
But I played it. I played Hollow Knight for the first time this year. Amazing. But if it came out last year, another game came out was Dead Cells did release this year. I know for a fact. That game is fantastic.
Isn't that
I re-
like the Undertale esque game?
no,
New one?
I would no, I wouldn't call it that. It's like a side-scrolling roguelike beat 'em
Oh.
up where you collect weapons and you fight monsters, but the combat system is like really fleshed out and just it has a high level of speed to it, so you're always running through. So even if you die, you're like, all right, I'm right back into it. Collecting
Okay.
items, every run feels different. It's a great feeling game. Another one that came out was Return of the Oberdone, which was by the developers of Paper Please, and
Which is a good game.
yeah, Paper Please is
A
an
very
amazing game.
memorable game, because then you feel like a dick.
I know. Oh my god, so sadly, I've never cared more about paperwork.
Oh my
But
god, right? Like,
yeah,
it's the games, I think, are more memorable the more you are involved in the game. Does that make
hmm
sense? I don't know. I'm probably not
emotionally,
making sense. Like,
um, I still replay Thomas Was Alone every now and again, which was in essence just a platformer where you are blocks in a blocky world, but they managed to add character to all these blocks by naming all of them and telling you about what the blocks are thinking, all through just subtle narration at the beginning of every level. And you're like, I need to know what happened to this red square block and this purple rectangle because they're in love and I need them to end up together.
Oh, adorable. That's
Yep.
cute.
Mm-hmm.
So, it sounds like to us, all of the games that have a good story are more memorable than games where, like, maybe it's not. But I have a counter to that. So, there was this one indie game that I tried that was one of those, like, super hard platformers that were supposed to be hard and you had to, like, try the level, like, 8 million times. But because it was so frustrating, I remember it so vividly.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I hated it, but I remember, like, every millisecond of it.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, maybe that's not a bad thing?
No, not at all. I got that playing through. I like Super Meat Boy a lot. I do like my precision platformers. So things like that. Celeste was very, very good. Celeste was a beautiful game.
Well, if you want to play something that's really hard and, like, really frustrating, play Quest for Vidhara.
I have not heard of that
That's
one.
the game that completely tilted me. There's a video of it on Gaming Nexus's YouTube of me playing it and being really, really angry.
Mm-hmm.
Really angry. Like, it's bad.
No, I get mad rage when I play games.
I do
Like
too.
like I say the worst racial slurs at my game.
Oh
It's
no,
it's not okay.
that's
I
not
don't.
okay.
I'm not proud of it. I don't think it's right. I don't think I should do it, but it happens.
No, no, sir,
Oh.
please erase
I
those
stay-
words from your vocabulary.
I stare at my controller in my hands. I'm like, you motherfuckers.
That's not racial.
I'm not gonna say it here.
Good, because you shouldn't say it ever.
Do you want me to go there?
No, not at
Artistic-
all. Wow, shuts it off. Never again.
Shut it down. We're not gonna do it live.
No, or recorded, or anything. Yikes. You should break that habit because one day you're gonna get exposed in a
Yes.
YouTube video and everybody's gonna come for your ass.
I mean, I'm very good about not doing it in public, but when I'm alone, like playing Tetris, and I get that misdrop, I'm like, you mother effing CBA.
Stop. No more. No more. Just
Yeah.
just nah. You're a horrible potty mouth. A horrible person. Stop it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't do that. So your curse words are very memorable to you. Very good.
Mhm. Especially when I was younger. I used to be a lot worse when I was younger.
Oh God,
But
you're already young. What a
It
baby.
manifests itself physically. Like I put a hole in my wall once with my controller. Just because I couldn't beat that one boss. I was like, ah. Something just fell off my wall.
Ah, this podcast is so frustrating. Ah.
I didn't know how to express myself healthily back then. Still don't.
Clearly, you're throwing things
That's
now.
Yep. Ask my ex-girlfriends.
Oh God. Plot twist. Memorable gaming experiences to memorable times Shinra got mad.
Yeah, there were some good ones.
Did you ever play Cat Mario?
No, I don't hate myself.
Oh, I do. So, I played on my birthday. I don't know why.
I'm familiar. There's like there's like kinds of difficulty where it's literally just out there to fuck you over and make you mad, and then there's difficulty that's like you gotta get good, scrub. That's all there is to it. The answers are all right in front of you. You just gotta pick them up.
Right. That's kind of like when you get really good at like FPS, like Overwatch or something.
Yep.
Like it's hard, but if you practice, you'll be really good.
Or Guitar Hero.
Yes, exactly. Oh my gosh, finally being able to do songs on Guitar Hero like felt so good at the time.
Oh yeah, when you start like, oh, just easy, like, all right, we're just going through some Lynyrd Skynyrd.
Mm-hmm.
You're on Freebird, you're like,
Yeah, exactly. You feel like a god. Like it's
Yeah.
amazing.
Mhm.
And then they got really repetitive and boring because it fizzled out so quickly.
because there was immediately like, quick, let's oversaturate the market with 7 games at once.
Yeah, no, 100%. They
And
oversaturated themselves.
and then like the song selection was never as good because those games would live and die on their song selections more than anything else. And if you didn't have those sick guitar riffs and those solos, those face melting solos, you didn't have a game.
No. But I think it was a fun game while it lasted. Also, when DDR was on the PlayStation 2, and
Oh
you had like
yes.
the little at-home mat.
Mm-hmm. I'd have that.
Yes,
That was
that was that age of like trying to do motion things for the first time and like being like, whoa, like if I bend this way and this way. We had this like weird, I don't remember what the game was, but it was like flying skateboards or snowboards, so you would like duck and weave like your head, it would track your face.
I know what you're talking about. I don't remember the name, but I know what you're talking about.
But like that was so good. And True Believer High, yes, the buns are okay. They were both a little shaken up. I didn't see anything major, so I'm back.
There was that brief moment in time where we all thought motion controls might be the future. Because the Wii came out and we're like, we're playing tennis, yeah! Boxing! And then it connects like, we're gonna be a thing. And it was like, what?
Yeah.
And it came out and we're like, stop.
Yeah.
And like, no, here are all these games that no.
I never liked the Wii's motion controls. Like, it didn't feel like the right way to go to me. Plus, it got really annoying when you were playing, like, Zelda, Twilight Princess, and you were just like, with the sword, like, the whole time.
I'm in a minority where I really enjoyed Skyward Sword, like, through and through. Like, people bash on the sword fight, and I get why, but I had fun. I liked the whole thing. Not my favorite Zelda game, but I think it's a great game.
Silently judging you.
Can you silently judge the person in my workplace who told me he hated Breath of the Wild?
No, because I did too.
What? Wait. Don't silently judge me for liking Skyward Sword if you hate Breath of the Wild.
No, I'm just judging you for liking the motion controls. It was just that little part. I don't like open world games. They're not memorable to me. They are long, and it takes forever, and I lose interest, and you have to find the story yourself, which I don't mind a little bit of openness, but it's like, it's too much. I got bored. I didn't know where to go. I don't want to collect all 999 nuts. I don't care.
They were poop. It was confirmed that they were poop.
Whatever. I don't care.
No, he's in Korea.
Silently judging doesn't work if you tell them you're judging them.
I can get behind the sentiment. I'm just very tired of the open world formula in general. I think Breath of the Wild though hit it on the head and like was a flawless game in 9 out of 10 ways.
I think if hitting a closer, I think the closest thing that has ever hit a good open world to me was like the start of Fallout 4, and then I got bored as soon as I got to Emerald City. Because then that was like the hub, and there was nowhere else to go. And I was like, oh, I don't want to go in the stuff. I don't know. I'm very biased. Like Horizon Zero Dawn, couldn't finish it. Too open.
Not even that big of a world.
I know, couldn't finish it. Skyrim, got bored. Fallout, got
Skyrim's
bored.
just a bad game. And I'll stand by that. Skyrim is not a good game.
And Bethesda's in so much trouble right now. Did you hear that they're gonna send out canvas bags to people finally?
Fucking stairs.
I didn't know that was a thing. I know they accidentally released a lot of people's information over their customer support website, like all their names, emails, passwords.
Oh, I didn't.
Yep.
I didn't hear about that one.
Yep, that happened either today or yesterday.
No, fantastic. They're just chugging along. Let's see. So yeah, didn't finish Breath of the Wild. All that kind of stuff. Nothing that's open world is like interesting to me, I think. So, all very unmemorable games.
What other?
But I did absolutely play the entire Danganronpa series this year. And those story-driven, plot-twisty murders.
Oh, I saw a lot of those. It was
Did you watch? You
quite-
watched me play them, didn't you?
Yes.
The
Yes.
plot twists, like,
It-
it's so good.
all of that stuff. It was the most random shit sometimes.
Well, yeah, I mean, the game had an air of, fuck this plot line, this is happening, but like,
What's happening?
it's, like, if you compare, like, the memories that we have of Danganronpa and being like, oh shit, you're, spoiler alert, Danganronpa 3,
Listen to the
you're actually trying to kill people so your ghost sister who's inside of you can, like, have friends. I don't know if you saw that part, but that's a thing. Like, that's so much more, like, sticking in your head than, like, running through Skyrim and then you ran into a dragon and then you killed it. I don't know. That's just my opinion.
I feel that.
garbage.
It's the things that hit you here,
Mm-hmm.
things that hit you there.
Exactly. That's a memorable gaming experience to me. Like, beating those bosses that, like, take forever. Like, I remember the first time I played Kingdom Hearts 1, it took me, like, an hour and a half to beat Ursula because I was really underleveled, but I didn't want to go back, so I just ran around on the edge and waited until Donald and Goofy revived themselves and had them attack her. And then I just
Wow.
got the final hit off. Yeah.
That is a patient woman.
That's the most patient I've ever been playing a game, probably.
There were so many fights in Kingdom Hearts that were actually like the first one was a decently difficult game.
Yes, I was going back and playing through it
Mhm.
a while back, and holy crap, the Alice in Wonderland boss was insanely hard.
It wrecks you, especially at a low level. Trying to get past the deep jungle, the Tarzan level without cure.
Yes.
Like, everything until you get cure in that game is just so balls hard.
Yes, 100%. I completely
you-
agree.
There's so many, like the Ursula boss is hard. Fighting Maleficent in both forms.
God, she sucks. Fighting
Yeah.
Sephiroth.
Yeah. I could never beat Sephiroth in the first one. I could beat him in 2. I beat Sephiroth in Kingdom Hearts 2. That I felt real good about that one.
Yes.
I spent a lot of time practicing, memorizing those attack patterns.
Yes. Yeah. I think I beat him in 2. I definitely didn't beat him in 1. I got my ass kicked, and then I was like, okay, bye.
Kingdom
Yeah.
Hearts 2 was one of the first games I tried like real hard to 100%. The only reason I didn't was because it glitched and I couldn't get the last recipe to get the Ultimate Keyblade.
Oh, that's really unfortunate, actually.
What? I went through. I got A+ on or S+ on all the gummy missions. I filled out all that. I destroyed that Coliseum. I just couldn't get that last recipe. I'm like, fuck this noise.
I understand how you probably feel.
Mm-hmm.
Just like with open worlds, I can't 100% things either. I lose patience. But I can imagine the frustration of getting there and then just be like barely missing it because of like the 2-second thing. That sucks. I'm sure you remembered that.
Yeah.
It was very memorable.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, look at us connecting back with the topic.
It's all a circle. It all comes back around.
Yes, it does. I'm excited for Kingdom Hearts 3 though. I don't know if I mentioned that for our last one, but I also don't believe it's gonna come out ever because Square Enix lies to everyone.
I think we're gonna mention it every day, just to keep the hope alive.
Right.
I remember. My next memorable game one is gonna be Smash Ultimate because I've loved every Smash game.
Okay. And you're going to go get it tonight, right?
Yep.
And...
In like an hour.
Ooh. Oh, snap. It's already that late. Huh. So that's soon. Are you excited?
Oh, I'm so excited. This is like I'm very hyped for this game. I love Smash 4 a lot. I think it improved on all the faults of Brawl, but it didn't have a very good single player mode, which is important to me even in a fighter game.
Right.
And Smash Ultimate is going to have a fully fledged out single player game. That's supposed to be like a good 20 hours of content.
Okay.
And then plus 75 fighters of Nintendo and other gloriousness.
That's a lot. That's a lot of fighters.
Yep.
I main Sheik in Melee.
I've always been Captain Falcon. He's my boy.
Falco Punch.
Yep. That's how I live my life.
I agree with you. I think fighters should have a good story.
Mm-hmm.
But I also remember just like loading up my GameCube and playing Melee and just having like the most fun without any sort of story with people.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of miss that, like having your friend over to actually sit beside you and play the game.
Couch co-op is nothing beats it. Nothing beats having that person there that you can punch when they win.
I'm a big proponent of throwing controllers, so yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I miss that.
Yep. This was also like the last, I think, fighter that had you like unlocking character fun way, because you were like you didn't know who all the fighters were unless you cheated on the internet. But that was like still when the internet hadn't blown up to the point where it was now.
Yeah.
And you could still have a bit of mystery around games.
There is no mystery anymore unless you stay off the internet.
Yep. The veil is lifted.
It really has. Like, I just miss that so much. Like,
Yep.
sitting down. Or, like, people don't want to play, like, single-player games with other people anymore, either. Like, you remember you used to sit down. Like, I would sit down with my brother, and we would play Final Fantasy. We both love Final Fantasy. Like, I miss that.
Mm-hmm.
That was amazing. That was basically my childhood.
Yeah. Me and my brother played through, like, Resident Evil 4 together, and Link to the Past and the original Zelda. All that noise.
And now you're just like, I'm in California, my brother is somewhere, and now we can never sit down and play a game together again.
Nope.
Unless you use the magic of Parsec to have him remote into your computer, and then you can play couch co-op games together, as you know. We like Parsec here.
This is where the music is playing.
Yes, this is where the one day when I'm sponsored. Exactly. Yep. And then the logo would swoop in. There's I'm exporting this directly from Twitch. There's not going to be any animations there, people. Sorry. But yeah. I think like Halo, like the one that everybody played like on like the 360 or whatever, or the Xbox.
I've never played a Halo.
I've only played it when like it was still a thing to like have a birthday party and everybody just to like get together and play games like from high school. That's the only time I ever played it.
The LAN parties.
Yeah.
I've watched all of Red vs. Blue, but I've never played Halo.
You're honestly probably not missing much.
I hear they're very good shooters. I think first-person shooters are probably like my least favorite genre, only because I'm bad at them.
Yeah, me too.
And except Overwatch, I'm not good at any first-person shooter. And even then, I have Mercy. I'm like, click, hold.
Yeah, that's why I was a Mercy main.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm helping you. I'm flying.
I'm helping. I shield.
Yeah, exactly.
Hammer.
I'm wearing a Mercy shirt today. Perfect.
It's a circle.
It is a circle. I think Overwatch is a pretty memorable FPS to me because it feels like the first one to kind of like break out of that Call of Duty genre. It's probably not, but for me, that's how it feels.
I mean, do we not remember Battleborn?
No, what is that?
Exactly. It was a game that came out pretty much exactly the same time as Overwatch.
Oh, that was that one. Yeah, it got wrecked.
It was just similar enough that people were like, it's not as good. it's too not Overwatch, and the game's just like, but let me entertain you too. It was actually a very good game. Like,
Oh.
it had a fully fleshed out single player mode.
Ooh.
The objectives that you actually played in multiplayer were very different. All the characters were very unique, but it was like, it's a hero based shooter. It's the exact same thing.
I want a solo campaign for Overwatch.
So much.
That
We
would
just-
be fun.
Yep.
For those of you who don't know, Overwatch also releases comics that have individual stories of the characters. So if you are curious about a character, they might have a comic.
Mm-hmm. And all the shorts. We all just wait for the shorts. I don't even play Overwatch that much anymore, but as soon as a new anime short comes out, I'm on it.
The Bastion short is the most beautiful short they've put out, in
I'm
my
very,
opinion.
I'm very partial to the Reinhardt one. That gets me.
That is second to me, but holy fuck, the Bastion one had no words and it was beautiful. Those are the things you remember.
Overwatch did a really good just campaign before it came out. Like, Blizzard nailed that shit of slowly revealing information about it, and you're like, oh, all these unique characters. And then the porn started.
I'm assuming it's there. I haven't watched any.
I don't believe you at all.
I haven't watched any Overwatch porn. He probably has. Jokes at his expense, not even paying attention, my favorite. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways.
Overwatch porn.
Pokemon, though.
I remember playing through. I didn't play through Red originally, but I did play through Fire Red, which is still my favorite.
Which one was your first one, though?
My very first one I remember playing very distinctly was Fire Red.
Okay. That's probably why it's your favorite.
Yeah. I got Heart Gold for the remake. I enjoyed that incredibly thoroughly.
Gold. So I played Silver. That was my first one. And then I played Sapphire. So those two have always been the most memorable to me. I think it really just depends on when you played your first couple of them to really like shape that memory.
That's what sticks it. I still really enjoyed all of like Sun and Moon. X and Y are very good.
You're gonna laugh at me. I couldn't finish them. They were too open world for a Pokemon game. I didn't know where to go. I got frustrated and then I quit.
They're not even. That's not even an accurate description of them.
I didn't know where to go. The story was too convoluted. It used to be you just go from point A to point B and then you're done.
So I don't understand. How do you criticize Final Fantasy 13 for being a linear hallway when that's exactly what you want out of a game, apparently?
Look, that was too linear. Like, I like exploring a little bit, but you couldn't in 13. Like, you couldn't go anywhere. I want, like, a little bit of freedom.
Have you played Chrono Trigger? Or any of the other old school Final Fantasies?
Yes. So I love 7... Well, okay, hang on. I love 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, or maybe not 8, 9 definitely, and I like 10, and then after that, this is where they start falling by the wayside for me. I didn't finish Final Fantasy 15, bet you can't guess why.
I did not like Final Fantasy 15. Like, I got a couple hours in, I'm like, no. And it wasn't even the open world aspect, it was just, like, the questing. I hated the questing system.
I want to love it, because they're a bunch of edgy boys.
Yep, I want to just travel around in a car and be boys.
Be emo boys. That's all I wanted.
Yeah, with the hair.
Yes. Why is the hair so good?
I don't.
That's a memorable thing. Like...
Being sad about how not happy we were with Final Fantasy 15.
Yeah, I wanted it to be more than what it was, and I don't necessarily like 100% know how I would change it. Like, I want to go back to it.
They updated it recently, like in this year. They released like a fully fledged out with a lot of performance issue fixes and some story fixes.
Yeah, the King's version or whatever.
I don't think it would like fix my opinion on the game though.
Probably not because we've already played it.
Yeah, well, I only played a couple hours of it before I was like, nope.
I put in like 10, I think. I don't know. The more open it is, the less memorable it is, in my opinion, because nothing happens. That's how I feel about them. Whereas, you go from, like in Final Fantasy VII, you have those grindy moments where you have to, like, explore, but, like, being like, oh god,
Well, the old school,
Eris, no! Like,
the old school, like quote unquote open world games, they would they didn't give you the whole world immediately. They like very slowly
yeah.
opened up. So like you had time to explore it all, and then like you're acting like, oh, I know everything that I can do here. Oh, now I see a little bit more, a little bit more.
Yeah.
Until you get your airship, and you're like, oh, I can go everywhere. That's amazing.
Oh, look at this small little island I never went to. Wow.
Oh, that's a really, really powerful dragon. Fuck this place.
Oh god, the chocobos. Yeah. No, like, I wonder if they're just more memorable to us because we're older. Because we played them younger.
Yeah.
Like, if you were 12 right now, Fortnite would be the most insane thing to you.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I was in high school when Minecraft was in alpha and beta stages, so I remember playing that during all of that, like, initial, like, this is amazing.
Right. Never played Minecraft, but I get it.
I played Fortnite a couple times. Wasn't into it.
Me neither. I don't
Same
like
with
battle
PUBG.
royales.
Nope. I think Fortnite's a very good game, like, in its own respect, mechanically.
Yeah.
Don't care to play it.
I bought the single player mode before the multiplayer thing came
Yeah.
out, and I was so intrigued by the story of like running around and building like forts and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And now that's dead.
Yep, they're like, oh, this is what people want. And you're like, yeah, but okay.
Yeah. And now they're dead inside, just like me.
Yeah. It didn't deserve to win Game of the Year. It came out last year, god damn it.
But the mode came out this year, right? The mode that everybody loves?
No, I don't think so.
I swear that was 2018. Am I dumb?
I don't think so. I'm pretty sure the Battle Royale mode came out in 2017.
Oh. Well, it's still literally like the most popular game, like, on the planet, kind of, sort of, right now.
It's fine. It's not the best game that came out this year. It didn't come out this year. It's not even the best game that came out last year.
What's the best game that came out this year, Shinra?
It came out this year?
Yep. Go.
Probably God of War for me. God of War was just a fantastic game from start to finish.
I haven't played it yet, but I picked it up on Black Friday.
Very good. You'll like it
because stream.
It's the appropriate amount of linearity for you, where you can like you're going along, you're following your boy, and like, oh, what's that over there? Back to the story.
Question: can I kill my child?
No. That's
Question: are there choices to build our relationship, like in between dialogue? Can he distrust me and disown me as a father?
There is a bit of that. Not to any extent like The Walking Dead would have been. But
Question:
okay.
can I disown him? Is there a chance for me to leave him behind? Because he's a horrible child.
Yeah, no.
Oh.
Because he's not a horrible child. Because you gotta understand, Kratos is probably a horrible dad too.
Right. I'm saying as a horrible dad, I would probably imagine he is a horrible child. Therefore, I should disown him.
Nah, because you loved his mother.
So.
And you see a lot of the mother in him. You're like, I'm gonna do this for you. I don't know if you did you play the God of War games before this, like growing up?
No, I totally missed all of that.
So the funniest part to me is like how honestly like Kratos gets angry, he beats the shit out of things and throws mountains at dragons and dudes.
Right. As god people do.
But he is like so even in this game where he's throwing mountains, he's really chill and like not that angry as compared to the other games.
Oh,
like in the other games he'd be like he's like someone would say hey and he's just like throw chains at their eyeballs and like how dare you look at me. And this game like literally there are people like he's working so hard to keep his cool, and it's so funny because like someone will literally punch him in the face and they're just like when
Oh.
you know like God of War 2 Kratos would have just like ripped his like spine out,
Oh.
and
Eh,
it's fun to see how fatherhood has calmed him.
but I want that. I want to rip people's spines out. For no reason. This is
There,
why
there,
I'm a horrible Sims person.
there there's still plenty of like dismemberment in this game,
Oh, good. Okay. Perfect.
but it's a game with a lot of emotional heft to it, and very very well written dialogue, great world building, almost flawless combat.
Okay. I like how I asked you what your game of the year is, and I have no clue what my game of the year is.
Wow.
Like, I'm trying to think of. I don't think I've played a lot of things that have actually come out this year.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the issue because I like anime games and this and that. I mean, technically, Mary Skelter was released this year in America, but it's been out. Waifu washing is always memorable, in my eyes.
In everyone's eyes.
And anybody who denies it is lying.
Mm-hmm.
Don't lie. Embrace your waifu. I don't know.
Get a body with your waifu on it.
Yes. Get a body pillow
I
with your
need to
waifu on it, and then get a mini body pillow to carry around with you when you're not home.
Mm-hmm. I need to get a body pillow that's just me on it.
Your narcissism is very amazing.
Yeah. That way I finally wake up next to someone I love.
You could just lay a mirror down.
Well, what if I break it and I die? Listen, you ever been so lonely that you lay and sleep on the couch so it feels like there's someone sleeping next to you?
No, but I always slept in a twin-sized bed when I lived with my parents, so I was already in a very tiny spot.
Okay.
So, and then I smothered myself in stuffed animals. So kind of.
Okay.
Yeah.
You ever put an ex's shirt over a pillow so it kind of smelled like them? You didn't hump it. It wasn't weird. Just for cuddling. We're not weird here.
This is... I mean, okay. Like in high school, like my boyfriend gave me his sweatshirt, and then I was like, oh, it smells like him. I fell asleep next to it in like a non-creepy way. So like, yes, I guess. I guess so.
I used to not understand why people want to wear their significant other's clothes. I'm like, it doesn't fit you at all, and it doesn't work. And then like I did it by accident once, and I'm like, it kind of feels like I'm just constantly being hugged by them.
Yes, it's a very weird sensation.
Mm-hmm. It's like they're always there,
Yes.
and then they were gone.
Yes. And then heartbreak. High school.
There's nothing that makes me appreciate going to sleep and waking up alone, like going to sleep and waking up next to someone you don't like.
That hasn't happened to me.
It's not. It's lame. I don't
Oh
recommend.
no. Aw.
And then there's no really polite way to say, "Get out of my house."
Right.
I'd rather stare at the wall than try and pretend to be polite to you.
Oh god. The trick is just to not, like, wake up next to someone you don't like. Like,
Yeah.
that's the... Yeah? I don't know how to solve this.
I know, like the answer to my problems are like within my own actions, but I don't like to admit I'm wrong.
You're putting yourself in that situation.
I'm
Kind
not
of.
saying. Yeah, no, I understand. It's my fault. I'm self-destructive. Blah de blah de blah.
So edgy.
Okay, so next time on therapy with Wings and Alex.
Yes! Wait, is Alex your name? Guys! Guys, we finally learned Shinra's real name. His name is Alex. Hi.
Don't do anything with that information, Lauren.
I mean, Everybody knows my name, though. Well,
Yeah, that was already a thing.
yeah, it's already a thing, so. But dun dun dun! I feel like we're closer now. That's how good podcasties probably
Yep.
are, though.
Yeah, you need that like kind of a bit more relationship, that repartee, that tit-a-tat.
Yes. Yes, exactly. And now I can be like,
Yeah, just tell them it's
Alex.
I don't know.
You'll go, oh god, who is that?
It's like the first time you hear your cat speak a human word.
salt. Yeah.
Right. Or
Excuse me.
your mom is calling you.
When
And
she
then
uses
you're
your
like, oh
full name.
god, yes. Uh-huh. My mom actually never really used my full name. She just said my name very strongly. Lauren.
Mine would, when she was angry, she'd mix up my name with my brother's name.
Oh, she does that to me all the time. Also, and her sister. She calls me her sister sometimes.
That's
I don't... We don't look alike at all.
I fucking hate
Nor have
this
a-
guy.
Like personality. At all. But she's just so used to being mad at her sister. She sometimes mistakes us. I don't understand. This topic just died.
yeah. It kept going. This is fisting.
This is in. Shinra likes fisting topics.
What the?
I like tacos.
I do too. I want a taco now.
I'm gonna go get a taco when I
On
get
your
snack.
way to get smashed.
Yeah,
Perfect. You actually should probably go soon.
I should. It's got a 20-minute drive for me.
Yes, you should probably go soon. So,
Yes.
let's see. My most memorable moment, 2018, gaming. I don't know. Just streaming is cool. Like, I realize it's a part of the gaming, but like,
Yep.
we would never be doing this if I didn't stream.
Mm-hmm.
Or like the games maybe wouldn't have been so interesting, like, to me, if people hadn't been there reacting with me. So that's something I'm very grateful for. It's now Thanksgiving. I don't know.
Yep. To share those moments.
Yes, exactly.
With-
It makes them more memorable to have them be shared.
Yep, because then the memories are shared.
Exactly. And then we can talk about all the crazy things that happen in Danganronpa.
Yep.
Yes. Is that gonna wrap up our topic for tonight?
Yeah, I think it will.
Because you want to get out of here and get smashed, right? Like,
Yep.
really bad, right?
Yep, I have to poop before I leave.
Well, that'll take another 20 minutes. You're gonna be late, my dude.
God, you have no idea.
So,
My poops are loud, violent, and often surprising.
just like the way you play games?
Not the way I drive.
Oh, God. Rip whoever's car you're borrowing. So, stream, this was gonna be a half hour. It ended up being like an hour. I guess also YouTube, because this is going up at basically the same time. So, I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing if we go over
No.
and we chat. Because isn't that basically what, like, it's just people hanging out. That's how podcasts
Yeah,
work.
it means it's a good conversation.
Good. Okay. Well, then we didn't do horrible. I'm proud of us. Episode 3 will probably be tomorrow. I don't know if you have things to do or.
Yeah, I'll be around for deaths.
Okay. Perfect. We don't know what the topic's gonna be because we haven't decided.
Nope.
But life will be good. We'll catch you guys later. Peace. Follow me on all of my social medias on Wings of Wind. Don't follow Shinra anywhere because he hates all of you.
Yep, I'm a hermit.
Yes.
You don't know me.
Exactly. Who are you? Bye.